Southwest Florida's #1 primetime newscast. Fox 4 News at 10.
This man is an animal. He has a rotten heart. And he needs to suffer for what he did to her.
Now at 10, still on the loose, the latest on the hunt for a man accused of murdering his wife and why some worry the alleged killer may take refuge in Southwest Florida. Plus, gaining ammo or losing firepower, another look at the gun control debate ahead of several tragedies and where it stands here at home. And pedaling into danger, why some say more needs to be done to keep cyclists safe on Southwest Florida roads. Thanks for choosing 4 in Your Corner. I'm Katie Jones in for Kelly Stegeman. We begin tonight with new details on a story we first brought to you Friday. A Southwest Florida family destroyed by murder is now living in fear. This after a California fugitive wanted for brutally killing his wife could be on his way to Southwest Florida. Charlotte County deputies are still on the lookout for the man who's originally from Port Charlotte and thought to be headed back home. Tonight, we're hearing from another friend of the victim and learning more about the couple's history.
Nobody deserves this. Nobody.
An outraged mother overcome with grief following the death of her daughter, Ashley Atherley. The Bloomington High School grad's throat was slashed, her body found inside her San Bernardino apartment on Sunday. A manhunt underway now for her husband, Edley Atherley.
This man is an animal. He has a rotten heart. And he needs to suffer for what he did to her.
Ashley and Edley lived in this apartment complex before relocating to San Bernardino last spring.
Just always happy, always smiling, and could always put you in a good mood.
This is Atherley's mugshot from a 2008 domestic violence arrest in Hillsborough County.
From the last attack, she was scared for her life. We wanted her to come home. We didn't want her here. But he got to her before we had that chance.
Atherley, a Port Charlotte High School grad, still has family in the area. San Bernardino police say his family is cooperating with the search. Ashley's family hopes it ends sooner rather than later.
He's got to pay. He's an animal. He's been an animal ever since I've known him.
Now, Fox 4 did speak with the spokeswoman for Ashley's family, and through a statement from her parents, they're pleading for the man to turn himself in. They also say they'll spend the rest of their lives raising awareness about the dangers of domestic violence. In the meantime, if you know where Atherley is, you're asked to call Charlotte County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-780-TIPS. 2 men are behind bars tonight after allegedly fighting a trooper during a traffic stop. 22-year-old Jose Crismat and 20-year-old Alexander Crismat were arrested and charged with battery, resisting arrest, DUI, and drug possession. You're now taking a look at video of the incident sent to us by a Fox 4 viewer. Florida Highway Patrol says the troopers stopped a car for speeding into a 7-Eleven parking lot. It was near US 41 and Littleton Road just after midnight last night. Troopers say Jose Crismat got out of the car and ignored the troopers' orders. Then both men got aggressive toward the trooper. Jose was arrested on scene and Alexander later turned himself in. The troopers suffered minor injuries. The Florida Highway Patrol needs your help finding the driver behind a hit and run in Collier County. The crash happened on I-75 between Immokalee Road and Pine Ridge Road shortly after 1 yesterday afternoon. Troopers say 62-year-old Donna Cohn was heading south on I-75 when the driver of a white Honda Accord changed lanes, hit her car, and then took off. Neither she or her 3-year-old passenger were injured. Troopers believe the driver's license plate number is either BUHZ88 or BJGZ88. If you have any information on this crash, call FHP at 239-344-1730.
Well, what a beautiful weekend across Southwest Florida. What a way to wrap it up. Feeling very summer-like this Sunday. And as we check out those temperatures, we would certainly be capable of seeing low 70s at this hour during the summertime. And we are seeing it now as we are in a very warm and slightly muggy weather pattern over Southwest Florida. And here's the forecast for tonight. Even though the reporting stations right now are showing clear conditions around the area, we're seeing some cloudiness moving in off of the Atlantic. So we'll call it mostly clear to partly cloudy overnight. And again, with a mild and warm and moist east-southeasterly wind, we'll see patchy fog develop again late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Lows for most of us will be in the mid-60s, a few upper 60s or lower 60s inland rather, and upper 60s by the coast. Satellite radar imagery showing us that cloudiness starting to move into the southern end of the peninsula into Monroe and Miami-Dade counties. So that will be working its way toward southwest Florida. Now, as we take a closer look through those clouds, not seeing any rain on Power 4 Storm Patrol Viper radar, but this weather pattern is going to continuing to see the mild nights along with patchy fog developing and those warm days. Today we hit highs in the mid 80s, a good 7-8 degrees warmer than we would typically be this time of the year. How much longer that will last during my next full weather update.
And anytime you see weather happening in your area, snap a picture or get some video so we can share it on the news. You can send it to stormpatrol@fox4now.com. New developments tonight in the Congressman Trey Radel cocaine scandal. April Freeman, the Democratic candidate for Congress in Florida's 19th district, is now asking the House Committee on Ethics to launch a full probe into Radel's cocaine bust. He pleaded guilty to cocaine possession 3 weeks ago. The committee must now decide how it'll handle the situation by December 19th. It can either dismiss Radel from Congress entirely, reprimand him, fine him, or issue a letter of reproval. Freeman issuing a statement saying, quote, "We need a representative who can work for the people of our district who are facing challenges just to maintain their jobs and support their families. While my heart goes out to Mr. Radel's family, public office is not an entitlement. We cannot afford a congressman who cannot even cope with his own problems." Now we want to hear from you on this. How do you think the Ethics Committee should punish Congressman Radel? Should he be punished at all? Call us with your thoughts at 239-206-FOX4 or email us to news@fox4now.com. All new at 10 tonight, the National Park Service needs your help finding the person responsible for illegally killing a Florida panther. Officials say a panther was found with a fatal gunshot wound yesterday in the Big Cypress National Preserve in Collier County. The Florida panther is protected under the Endangered Species Act. Anyone with information on this is asked to call the number you see there on your screen. A Ford in Your Corner consumer alert tonight. The Fort Myers Police Department is warning local businesses about a telephone scam. FMPD says 2 businesses recently reported an unknown caller claiming to be with Florida Power and Light and threatening to shut off their power unless they immediately paid with a credit card. FPL says they'll never ask for credit card or personal information or take prepaid cards as payment. Officers say you should always be wary of these types of calls, texts, or emails. 2 Collier County beaches are now closed for the final stage of the nearly 2-month-long renourishment project. Crews are now moving on to Horizon Way Beach and Loudermilk Park. Those beaches will reopen next Friday, which is when the renourishment project is expected to wrap up. Officials say they'll be done weeks ahead of schedule. Hundreds of people exercising for a cause in Fort Myers today. The 10th annual Everyone Rides and Everyone Runs event was held at JetBlue Park this morning. Runners and riders all coming together to promote an active lifestyle and raise money while doing it. Fort in Your Corner, Sarah Belsol was there for the action and has the story.
And they're off. But this isn't just any race. This is Everyone Rides, a family-friendly, non-competitive ride for all ages and skills.
This is like my first time ever being on a bike ride.
This may be 12-year-old Lena Gaffoli's first official race, but she's been riding almost every day in her neighborhood.
It's just like the wind goes right through your face and it just feels really nice and it feels like you're free.
Lena rode with her aunt in a 15-mile race. There was also a 62, 130-mile ride.
I'm only sorry that I didn't sign up for the 60 because I might not quite be ready, but maybe next year.
Today's event wasn't just for cyclists and not just for athletes. Runners could participate in a 5K and half marathon race, while those who wanted to kick back could sample delicious food at the Everyone Relax event. All proceeds from the 3 events will go towards supporting the Boys and Girls Club of Lee County. Sarah Belsol, Fox 4 in Your Corner.
The Boys and Girls Club provides safe and supportive after-school programs to about 1,700 Lee County children each year. And coming up tonight at 10:30, we're hearing from cyclists about the dangers of riding on roads and why they say Florida laws aren't helping the problem. Stranded in shallow waters. Coming up, the very latest on a quest to save dozens of pilot whales who are fighting for their life off Southwest Florida's coast. Hot rods taking over Southwest Florida, the vintage site that had thousands of car and boat enthusiasts revving in excitement. But first, are stricter gun laws just around the corner? Another look at the controversial topic 1 year after the Sandy Hook tragedy and what those in Southwest Florida have to say about it. That's next.
The big weather story remains those warm temperatures. Right now, low 70s across Southwest Florida. How it's looking for the start of your work week when we return.
From Southwest Florida's news source, News with Kelly Stackelman and your Storm Patrol weather forecast with Liza Fernandez. This is Fox 4 News at 10.